Hello, friends. By chance, two strangers were traveling on a private plane, but the plane crashed and the pilot died. The two passengers, injured and trapped, found themselves in an unknown, completely snow-covered region, cut off from the outside world, facing extreme cold, food shortages, and the fear of wild animals. Can they survive all of this? To find out, you'll have to watch The Mountain Between Us, a survival movie released in 2017.
The story begins with a beautiful girl named Alex, who is a photojournalist. Actually, Alex is getting married the next day, so she's at the airport now. She needs to reach New York quickly. On the other side, at the same airport, we see a man named Ben, who is a neurosurgeon. He also needs to reach New York quickly because he has a patient scheduled for surgery there. But suddenly, due to bad weather, their flight gets cancelled. Because of this, both of them become very worried. In this situation, they start talking. As they talk, they realize both need to reach New York urgently. Then Alex tells Ben, "We should book a private plane." Ben agrees. After that, they meet a private pilot who is about 50 years old. The pilot agrees to take them for $800. The pilot lives with a dog, and he doesn't want to leave his dog alone. So with Ben and Alex's permission, he also takes his dog on the plane.
Then everyone boards the plane and takes off. Everything was going smoothly. Ben and Alex were very happy. But suddenly, the pilot has a stroke in midair. Seeing this, Ben and Alex become frantic with fear and try to help him, but the pilot's condition worsens. If the pilot had informed air traffic control before departing, maybe someone could have helped. But he didn't inform anyone, so there was no one to help. Without the pilot, the plane completely goes out of control. Seeing this, Alex and Ben quickly fasten their seatbelts. Then the plane crashes violently into a mountaintop. In this accident, Ben, Alex, and the pilot's dog survive, but the pilot dies. Alex suffers a serious leg injury and loses consciousness. After a while, Ben regains consciousness. He gets out of the plane and shouts for help all around. But then he realizes that this place is just snow-covered mountains, and mountains, no houses or people for miles. He is completely trapped. Then Ben goes to the pilot. He has died. He buries the pilot's body in the snow. Then he goes to Alex, who is still unconscious. Ben treats her leg and knee injuries. After that, Ben lights a fire to ward off the cold and somehow gets through the night.
The next day, Ben sees a plane flying in the sky. Hoping to be rescued, he shouts loudly and fires a flare gun. But no one sees it. Ben becomes very disappointed. Just then, he hears Alex's voice. She has regained consciousness. Ben tells Alex that the pilot has died, but his dog is still alive. And he also says that it will be very difficult to get out of the place where they are now trapped. Hearing all this, Alex becomes very sad and thinks about her boyfriend, who must be waiting for her for their wedding. Meanwhile, neither Ben nor Alex had informed anyone beforehand that they were taking a private plane. Then Ben tells Alex, "There's no one around us here. Your phone is broken, and my phone has no network." Ben also says, "I believe someone will surely come to save us," but Alex tells him, "We don't have enough food and water for many days. We can't just sit here. We need to get out of here to find help somewhere." In response, Ben explains to her that if they walk in this snow, they will get sick very quickly. So it's better if they stay in the wreckage of this plane and wait for someone to come. But the problem is that when the pilot flew the plane, he didn't inform anyone, so the chances of help arriving are very low. Alex reluctantly agrees to Ben's words for now, but as the days pass, their condition worsens. They had only a few days' worth of food, which they were sparingly sharing.
One day, Alex again tells Ben, "We can't just sit here silently anymore. We have to get out." Ben finally agrees, but tells Alex, "You stay here because your leg isn't fully recovered yet." Then Ben goes out and starts climbing the mountain. After wandering around for a long time, he sees nothing but snow and mountains. Finally, as he was returning in despair, he suddenly slips and he falls and gets stuck on the edge of a rock. If he hadn't gotten stuck on that rock, he would have fallen into the gorge and died. Meanwhile, Alex was checking Ben's belongings and listening to a recording on Ben's phone, where Ben's wife was saying something to him. Alex was listening to all this when a leopard suddenly appeared. Then, the pilot's dog sees this and starts barking and goes outside to chase away the leopard. But the leopard attacks him, and the dog is seriously injured. Alex then gets very scared. When the leopard approaches her, she bravely fires a flare gun. As a result, the leopard gets injured and runs away, dying a little distance away.
After a while, Ben comes to Alex. Then she tells him about the leopard. The dog was severely injured here, so Ben treats him. Ben informs Alex that he has searched the mountains for a long distance, but he didn't see any roads or houses anywhere. Then Ben comes out of the plane wreckage. There, he sees the dead body of the leopard lying. He brings it and cooks its meat by lighting a fire inside the plane. Finally, both of them are forced to eat that meat. After a long time, they were able to eat something cooked, so they regain a little strength. Here, Alex says, "We should go down the mountain so that we can get a phone signal." But Ben explains to her that going outside means getting into a lot of danger. He says we are still alive because we were in this broken part of the plane, so we should stay here. Ben believes that someone will surely get news of this plane crash and come to rescue them. But Alex completely disagrees with Ben's words, and an argument starts between them. Then they both fall asleep.
The next morning, when Ben was sleeping, Alex secretly leaves with the dog because she doesn't want to sit there anymore. She moves forward alone. Meanwhile, when Ben wakes up, he sees that Alex and their dog are no longer there. He finds a note in the plane where Alex has written, "I'm going to look for help. If I find someone, I'll send help for you." Reading this, Ben becomes worried because he knew Alex's leg was not fully recovered yet. So, he thinks Alex won't be able to climb down the mountain alone. Ben quickly packs all his things and goes out to look for Alex. He follows Alex's footprints and finally finds her. Both are very happy to see each other, but Ben sees that Alex's condition has worsened. She can't breathe properly due to the cold. Ben takes care of her, and then they both start walking together again. In front, they see a cave where they stay to spend the night. Ben lights a fire, and they warm themselves by the fire. Then, they fall asleep.
The next morning, they start walking again. At one point, Alex was standing somewhere taking pictures. Then she notices something sparkling behind the mountains. She tells this to Ben, and both of them start walking in that direction. After walking for a long time, they reach a river, but the river is very deep, and due to the strong current, they cannot cross it. Then both of them become disappointed. They start feeling that perhaps this is their end. They will have to die here. They start looking for a cave, but by then, they had no energy left in their bodies. They almost give up. At this time, Ben says, "Take a picture of me, because I want to have a picture before I die." But Alex refuses to do that, because she still had hope in her mind. They will surely get out of here and go home. At this time, they suddenly realize that the dog has disappeared somewhere. Ben goes out to look for him by following the dog's footprints. There, he finds a house with the dog, but there was no one inside the house. Seeing this place, a little hope awakens in Ben's mind. He quickly returns to Alex. Then he sees Alex standing on thin ice, and as soon as the ice breaks, Alex falls into the cold water in an instant. Seeing this, Ben quickly rushes and pulls her out, but Alex had already lost consciousness. Ben carries her into that empty house, but Alex still doesn't regain consciousness because her body was dehydrated. Ben lights a fire to keep her warm and takes care of her. After Ben takes care of Alex for several days, Alex regains consciousness, and seeing this, Ben becomes very happy and hugs her.
Alex sees how much Ben has cared for her all this time. She feels very good that he didn't leave her alone for a single moment. She feels that Ben could have left alone, but he didn't. Ben stayed by her side even in such great danger. Due to being together for so long, a kind of affection develops between them. But neither of them lets the other know.
After that, Ben finds a packet of noodles inside the house, which they cook and eat. They stay in that house for many days until Alex is fully recovered. One day, Ben goes outside to cut wood so that a fire can be lit. Taking advantage of this, Alex opens Ben's bag inside the house and listens to his wife's recording. Just then, Ben returns and gets angry seeing Alex listening to his wife's recording. Alex apologizes and says, "Maybe we will die here together, so I was trying to know a little about you." Hearing this, Ben informs her, "The recording you were listening to is my wife's. She died of a brain tumor 2 years ago." Saying this, Ben becomes very emotional and wants to leave from there, but Alex then hugs him. Due to being together for so long, a deep relationship had developed between them. They look into each other's eyes and slowly go to bed. Later, when Ben falls asleep, Alex takes a picture of him. The next morning, Alex tells Ben, "You go out alone for help. If I go with you, I won't be able to walk far." But Ben doesn't want to leave Alex. But due to Alex's repeated insistence, Ben agrees, but after walking a little distance, he becomes sad, and he thinks, "How can I leave her alone?" So he returns. Then they both start walking together. While coming down the mountain, Alex repeatedly gets out of breath. Still, Ben refuses to leave her behind. He makes a small stretcher out of wood, and putting Alex on it, he pulls her and moves forward. The dog also walks behind them. In this way, after going a long distance, they face a severe snowstorm and cold wind. They take a rest near a forest. There, the dog wakes Ben up from sleep. Then Ben looks ahead and sees a wooden yard in the distance. Seeing this, Ben becomes very happy and calls Alex. Then both of them start moving in that direction. But by then, they had no strength left in their bodies. Still, they bravely take small steps. While moving forward, Ben's leg suddenly gets stuck in a bear trap. Alex tries hard to free his leg, but cannot. Then Ben says, "You go ahead and call someone for help." Alex leaves Ben and moves forward. And reaching the wooden yard, she asks a truck driver for help. Alex tells him about Ben. The driver then goes to Ben and rescues him. Then he takes both of them to the hospital. After that, when Ben regains consciousness, he finds himself in the hospital. He gets up and goes to Alex's cabin. Then Alex tells him, "I came back alive because of you." They were talking. Just then, Alex's boyfriend, whom she was supposed to marry, arrives. He thanks Ben for saving Alex. In response, Ben says, "If Alex hadn't been with me, I wouldn't have survived either. She supported me a lot." At this moment, Ben understands that it's time for them to part ways. This thought breaks his heart, and he quietly leaves the cabin. After being discharged from the hospital, Ben and Alex start walking their separate paths. Ben keeps the dog with him and gets busy with his work, feeling sad. On the other hand, Alex also starts living with her boyfriend. However, inwardly, both of them cannot forget each other. Alex tries to call Ben, but Ben doesn't answer her call. Then, Alex sends Ben the picture she had taken one day when Ben was asleep. Alex writes a note on the picture that says, "You are the only one who truly understood me." Seeing this picture and text, Ben initially ignored it because he thought Alex was happy with her boyfriend. But seeing this, he remembers Alex. Then Ben doesn't delay and calls Alex. Both of them plan to meet each other. After that, they meet at a restaurant in New York. There, Alex asked Ben, "Why weren't you answering my calls?" In response, Ben says, "I thought you might have gotten married and were happy in your life." Ben also says, "I didn't want to bother you, so I didn't answer the phone." Then Alex says, "I haven't gotten married yet because I've fallen in love with you and I've also broken up with my boyfriend." After that, outside the restaurant, Ben also expresses his feelings. He tells Alex, "We survived because we fell in love with each other." Then they hugged each other. They faced so many difficulties, dangers, and storms together, but didn't leave each other's side. Now they want to live the rest of their lives happily together. And with this, the movie ends. Friends, was Alex's decision to end her relationship with her boyfriend right? Let me know what you would have done in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a like and share. And if you want to get more movie explanations like this, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Then you won't miss the next video. Until then, bye-bye.